That real and raw. DJ Focus. Making music, reaching the corner. And it's all for the kingdom.
And we gon' make sure they know it.
We gon' take it there. I like red letters over trap beats to fix it in. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up.
Okay.
Yeah, when I drop, like when I release my music, I'm gonna still release it under John Gabbana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but when or like on interviews or like in my ad-libs, I'd be like Holy Gabbana. On my social media, I got Holy Gabbana, and when I introduce myself, I'm just like Holy Gabbana. Cause I was just like thinking, I'm like, it's just like, to me, it's just fire, cause the God I serve is holy. Yeah. And everything, like, I gave my life to God for real, and just everything I do is to honor Him. So, Holy Gabbana. My image, like, God transformed me on the inside. Yeah. You know, He transformed me on the inside. And it's like, shoot, God, you can have everything. You can have my name.
Come on now.
You can have, you can my boxing career. You can have everything, all of it. Yeah.
I got a good question for you though. You were talking a minute ago about how, just the older version of you, how you kind of lost yourself. You were like, you weren't who who you are today. Can you talk a little bit about like the mental part of it? Because you have a lot of people that happens to. Like, what was going on? Like, what were you thinking as far as like were you trying to truly gain friends or fame, or like what, like how did you get to that point, just to kind of help somebody else so they can recognize like when they're kind of shifting in their mind and they're not really being true to themselves? Like,
yeah, when during that time, I was searching for happiness. Because it's like, during that time, I may have been gaining like millions of views, but it's like how I came out, I honestly didn't even want to, that's not even what I wanted to do. It's just, I only did it because like I put myself out there with Boom Gang, and I did that because, I felt like that would help change my life, and it did. But I had to, like, I went through, I don't want to say unnecessary challenges, because them challenges made me who I am today. Mm-hmm. But just if I would have had guidance, I would have avoided a lot of problems. Mm. You know what I'm saying? But because of that, man, I didn't have no peace. Mm. So I was searching for happiness, and money didn't bring happiness. Girls I slept with didn't bring happiness. Views didn't bring happiness. And it's like, clothes and shoes, all that, none of that brought happiness. And that's what I want. I wanted happiness. I wanted peace. And it's just, I wanted to, it was a point in my life where I didn't even want to live. I didn't even care if I died, and, just honestly, I didn't get past that point until I gave my life to Christ, because I tried therapy. Mm-hmm. Therapy did not work. I isolated myself from everybody. I still wasn't happy. Like, drugs did not work. And, now I could, if somebody don't know who I am, if somebody don't know who I am, you wouldn't, just having a conversation with me, you'd be like, wow, he a wise guy, or like, he knows something. Like, I'm not the wisest, but, I have wise counsel. I hang around older men who pour into me. And, so when I talk to somebody, you'll know that I know a little bit. Yeah. But you wouldn't think that if I open up and tell you my story about drugs, abuse, foster care, I was in foster care too. You know what I'm saying? So if I open up and tell you these things, you'd be like, dang, I didn't even know you've been through that.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying that because God, he delivered me from that pain. He delivered me from that suffering. He delivered me from that depression. But there's no other way that you could get delivered and set free from them things beside God, because I tried therapy. I tried. I had a therapist that I paid money for, and God, he free. You know what I'm saying? And he right there, wide open, open arms, and he delivered me from all that. I tried therapy. I tried drugs. Drugs ain't do nothing but harm to my body. Had me, had me hallucinating, had me tripping, had me in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people, unless it's like, people, they had their own problems. They don't really care about your problems. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, God, he was the only one and the only thing that could deliver anybody from that and restore.
Facts.
So let's talk about it. You got this documentary premiere that's happening tonight in Atlanta. Can you talk about what the people can expect from your story, and what are you looking to deliver?
Yeah, the premiere is tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Epic Center. And people can expect true, raw, authenticity. It's me literally just sharing like my upbringing, because it's like people, they see me on the internet and they have a perception, like they have their perception of me, but they only see the videos that's on the internet. You get what I'm saying? And the videos on the internet was me trying to strategize a way out of the sunken place I was in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, they don't know the abuse I went through. They don't know how homeless I was when I was sleeping in the streets, in the bathroom stalls, walking the streets. A lot of them videos I was doing, I was homeless and still making videos.
Wow.
Because I believed that it would set me free in life. And it's like, so people, they're gonna get true, raw authenticity, the side of me, where they be like, dang, okay, so John really not a crazy person. I could relate to him, you know. And then it's like, cause it's like me, it's like I put myself in a situation where I had millions of followers, but sleeping on a friend couch. You get what I'm saying? So it's like just making a lot of bad decisions, a lot of unwise decisions, wrong decisions, hanging around the wrong people, and just living life too fast. But it's like, so when people could see me and then see somebody like that, and see like how God is able to restore and flip things around, like, now I got a 2-bedroom crib. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had a car that I bought cash and I had to sell, but you see, God was able to give me a car back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they just gonna get my true raw story. It's like this. I'm not ashamed to share my failures with people, because sharing my failures with somebody could really help, and shed light to somebody and just encourage them, like, okay, yeah, you made a mistake. Yeah, you did this. Yeah, you failed. But guess what? It's never too late to make a turnaround. And if I made that turnaround and God did this for me, then he could do it for you. But, you know, you just got to make that decision for yourself, because it's like I made a decision for myself. You know, I had to do my part and let God do his part.
Right.
You know, God can't do my part and his part. I got to do my part, you know, and be obedient, apply his word to my life. And just over time, you know, things change, things get renewed. I have new thinking, my heart be transformed, and God opened up doors in my life. And so that's what they're gonna get from the documentary.
Awesome. That's it. I love that. Be transformed, be renewed, Change your mind. Trust God. You do your part. You've been dropping a lot of jewels and gems.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Listen, brother, I know I can't be there personally tonight to watch, but for
Well, it's
all,
tomorrow night.
I mean, tomorrow, yeah. But for all of you who can check this out, please, please, please make sure you go check out John Gabbana, Holy Gabbana's story and message. I'm 100% sure it'll bless you. Take a friend, take a stranger for all I care. But listen, y'all don't want to miss this. Y'all don't want to miss this. I mean, your story has been life-changing too. So I thank you for sharing that too, because you could have just kept all that to yourself. You really could have. But to your point, like people are delivered and they're changed by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. And so, I mean, I just thank God for you and thank you for coming on the show and sharing everything that you just shared with us and our audience. And I just want to say God bless you, man. And yeah, get back into the music because
I came out of jail. When the first encounter I had when I was in jail, that's something that I never forget. It was real. It was an encounter that was, it was spiritual, and it was just an encounter that was life changing. But when I got out of jail, I got sidetracked and continued to live fleshly and worldly. But then, years later, a friend of mine, a brother of mine, he had his own testimony. And so, one man plants, another man water, God get an increase. So, just coming across his testimony with him getting shot, having a near-death experience, really opened my eyes and made me realize how life short is. And I just decided to give everything up and just really seek God on my own, truthfully, and just sincerely, genuinely just know who the Father is. And that's been happening since 2020. I actually openly confessed Jesus as my Lord and Savior at the end of 2020, and then I got baptized 2021 February, and then now it's August 2022. So I've been walking with God for a year and a half, but that's how it started. And then just since I openly confessed Jesus as my Lord and Savior, man, I just been sharing my testimony, sharing my encounter with the Holy Spirit when I was in jail, and then sharing my brother's testimony as well, because his testimony is what made me buckle down. Just knowing somebody who got shot, had a near-death experience, pronounced dead, come back in his life. Come back inside his body, and then tell everybody that Jesus is real. It just put the icing on the cake. Like, okay, this is it. This is time. Because I had a experience with the Holy Spirit myself when I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? So just that was an eye-opener, a real eye-opener. Like, okay, yeah, this is it. It's time where I just take my focus from the world and focus on God. Because I'm like, at any moment, at any time before this moment, I could have, slipped up and passed away. And if I'd have died, if God's hand wasn't on me, and I'd have died, just overdid it on the drugs, just anything, where would I be at? What would my soul be? What would my eternity look like? You know what I'm saying? So I just made that decision. I'm like, shoot, thank God that I experienced that, and I came across my brother testimony. Thank God that he didn't die. He got shot, he suffered, but his suffering saved me, and it's gonna save millions more people who hear my testimony.
Man, you have a very, very powerful story, something that Focus has been telling me. And I got a chance to watch a few clips. I mean, it's so big. It's in the documentary. And I have a question for you. Knowing now that you have a relationship with God, what do you know now about that relationship that you didn't know before? Like, how did you think God was versus now that like, what's the difference?
All right. So, before, when I thought of God, I didn't think of God as a actual being. Well, I knew God existed, but it's like now when I think of God, I think of God as a person, because God wants relationship. So I think of him as a person. And before, when I thought of God, man, it's like I knew, okay, God created all things, but I didn't know anything about him. I didn't understand why things happen. I didn't understand why things in my life happen. I just didn't understand these things. But you see, now when I think about God, God says that all things work out together for the good of those who love him and called according to his purpose. Mm-hmm. So it's like, now all things aren't good, but even bad things work out for the good according to God's purpose. You get what I'm saying? So it's like last time, like before, I just like thought like, man, why is life so bad? Like, why is, why, I guess in life I'm supposed to struggle or get abused or get beaten on. But, like God's word, he said his plans to give us a future and a hope. You know what I'm saying? So see, it's like, I know, like even in the word, when God say, when you pray, act as if you already received it and you receive it, it's like, God is a father. I understand. It's in my mind that he's a father and that his job is not to give us a comfortable life, but to build character within us, but to form and shape us, and to we the clay, he the potter, into what he want us to be. And then everything that I've been through is to share it with somebody else, to save them in a position. But it's like man, how I look at God now is just like as a father, it's like, because I have a 4-year-old. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's yeah, that's my before and now on how I view God.
That's good.
That is good, and yes, absolutely, he is a father to all of us. So we are grateful that we do have an authentic relationship with God. Listen, talk a little bit about your upbringing. I know we know you're from Duval County. Just talk about your upbringing. Of course, talk about some of your influences in music as you were coming up, and then how that inspired you to even start doing music itself too as well.
I grew up in the 6th. Well, my mom, she got 6 kids. My dad wasn't in my life. He was in and out of prison. My stepdad, he raised me until I was 14 years old. He died of bladder cancer. And so when he left, my mom, she really didn't have no support. So she was, left doing the best she could. We had the dumpster dive for food. We had to steal our food out of stores, sneak in stores, or not sneak in stores, but we'll be in the store sneaking, eating food. With, lights and water on and off. We steal water from neighbors. Sometimes I remember having to use the bathroom in bags, you know what I'm saying? Sleeping in cars with the family. Had to steal, one, I remember my mom, she stopped buying us school clothes and school shoes. I had to steal, steal clothes and shoes from, you know, just to try to look fresh for the school year. Moving around. I went to 5 different high schools out of the 4 years. Out of 4 years of high school, I went to 5 different ones. So we always moved around, place to place. You know, sometimes I stayed with friends just from pillar to post. That's how it was. And, yeah, at 17, you know, my mom, she got tired of me because my first charge, I caught my first charge at 16. Got my first tattoo at 16. And then, you know, just 17. I give myself, I think I'm being graceful at 16. I think it was probably 15, but I say 16. 'Cause 17, I was kicked out. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, 16, 17, it was the year I turned 18, but I was still 17 at the time. She kicked me out. And then, I went to try to live with my biological father, but he ain't got a place of his own. So I had to stay with my auntie, his sister. I stayed with my auntie and it ain't work out. And, so I stayed with my uncle. Then living with my uncle, it didn't work out with my uncle either. But from 18 to 20 years old, my mom, she let me stay back with her again. Then I moved back in with my mom's, and like the year I was 20, but in the beginning of the year until I was 21 is when I really started. 20 years old, probably like 4-5 months before I turned 21 is when I started putting myself out there and start getting clout on the internet.
Mm.
But you asked me about my upbringing and what else?
Music, your music.
Oh yeah, music.
You know, how do you got into music?
Mm-hmm.
With my music, I love Eminem because his story is raw. You know, I know he had issues with his mom. I got issues with my mom. You know, Eminem been through a lot. And I looked up to Eminem because it's like, I've been through a lot. And the reason why I put myself out there, one of the reasons why I put myself out there in the way that I did was to get famous and to get recognized for my music along with getting rich. But those was the 2 reasons, because I felt like I had a lot to talk about. Well, at a young age, at that age, I felt like I had a lot to talk about with dumpster diving, being abused, losing my stepfather, and not having my real father in my life because he's in and out of prison. And then, you know, I remember my real father went to my stepfather and my mom and was like, "Hey, thank you for, you know, he called me JJ. He called me JJ and my mom called me Boom, 'cause I'm a John Jr. But so my dad went to my stepdad, and my mom was like, "Thank you for taking care of JJ. You know, man, I'm trying. I can't. You know, thank you for being a father that I couldn't be and stuff." And just saying that, you know, he couldn't be a father in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But just doing that, I felt like I had to, like I was, you know, I wanted to put that in my music. But the thing is in Jacksonville, it's a lot of haters. You don't really get that much support like that. But I knew like that was the main reason why I started like the Boom Gang and that whole phase. And then it's that, and then me knowing if I got famous and I could get rich. So it was literally 2 reasons. But when I started the Boom Gang stuff, that caught, and I got so trapped into the character I was playing that I really forgot how to be myself and to put my pain and what I've been through in my music. And I was just making foolish music. But since I started to try to change, and when I decided to change is when my music changed. You see, I made Not a Sad Song that got like 10 million views, 11 million views. And then I started doing like I start just opening up and just being me. But then, you know, during that, well, God found me, and I gave my life to Christ, and I really haven't dropped no music since I've been saved. It's been a year and a half, but that's because I didn't know how to be myself in God and still do music. Like, I ain't know how to be me, be free, and still worship God in my music in today's culture. Cause it's like, I'm a believer, I'm Christian, but I still want to be me. I still want to be fi. And I didn't know how to do that. But, it's been a year and a half of my walk, and, I got a song that I'm about to drop. It's called Holy Flow. I'm dropping it, probably like a week or two.
Okay.
And then I got, like, I just been in the studio, but just over, like, now I'm starting like find me and who I am with making faith-based music, and make it like what fit in today's culture, and like what people that aren't saved could like gravitate to it and be like, you know, vibe to it, and it not be Christianized music. But
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
yeah, and you know, I haven't dropped a song in a year and about 2 years. I ain't dropped no song. But you know, since I've gave my life to Christ, there's still like I have support and I have a fan base, but there's still a lot of people who like they want more out of me. They want more of my story, and they want new music from me. So like, I know I still got time, and then you know, I just right now just letting God work through me and work in me, and yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, listen, DJ Focus.